never try, you will never know. You ain't never tried.
Okay, Coach, well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Under 10.
Here's Campbell. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On 2nd down, it's Campbell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. On 1st down, it's Savage. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here is Savage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. On 2nd down now. It's Campbell. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Savage. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Ready up. X3, 218, chop it.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Big rip.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Round 80. Mike Popo. They gonna need some therapy after this. Watch twist.
Pass 85. 6-6, pull it high.
Staying hopeful.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Done. 180. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen, and his pass incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Man. Ready?
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the run, it's Campbell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And some room to work. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards. Savage from the 50. Flush to his right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Campbell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Campbell. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 3rd and long, it's Savage. Eluding the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Chavez. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. On first down, Campbell. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll run with the big man, Campbell. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll try and fight for it here with Campbell. And he is out of bounds here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 8 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-0 as they come up first and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 22-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Roll out.
Rush in. Rush in.
Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. My game. My game. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Savage now. And a here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Right back to him on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To the air. Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Go!
Allen going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong foot. Regular. Check 26.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike 8. Check go.
Operating from the gun. Back. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood!
We want this.
From the gun. Back. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Back. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Single. Watch 23, watch 23.
Back to throw. Back. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The final shot before break for Savage. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check.
Off the play fake. Beck. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run on 1st down. Campbell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run with Campbell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively. The rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Fresno.
Topper.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and throw for it here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll try the air now with Savage. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. This will be taken very short. Nifty move. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
To throw on second down. Beck. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Bofo's and Mike. Mike's Bofo.
You ain't going. Look at me. Zipper.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the curls.
Looking to throw. Back. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Bofo's and Mike. Mike's Bofo. Tackles. 44, Mike, 44. Here I come.
Looking to throw on second down. Beck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
218, chop it.
44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. Check pass. Bofo's and Mike.
Now.
Throwing on third and long. Beck going deep for Diggs. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Anthony Averett picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his back there.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. A first down throw coming. Savage going to throw deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
To throw on second down. Beck. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The Bengals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
44's to Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Back to throw. Beck. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Bofo's and Mike.
On 4th down. Beck. And he's able to find Diggs. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on fourth down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Looking to throw on second down. Beck. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 35-yard line.
To throw on second down. Beck. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 23 yards the pickup there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Savage. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Savage from the shotgun snap. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bengals take over the first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey.
On first down, Griffith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, Sam on. Hey, turn it up. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Griffith, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Back. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam, I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball.